Alright lads, hang on till I tell you a fucking story. I was in school, I was banging on the desk. The teacher says, "Shut the fuck up, Eddie." I said, "No, you shut up." He said, "Do you want to leave?" I said, "No." But anyway, so my mother would have clapped at me if I got sent home from school. So what happened? This was a big fucking study hall, a massive one. And they built a partition between the two fucking classes. We had our class, which was the second most retarded, and the slowest class was beside us. So what happens? During the fucking thing, we were bored, we were banging on the fucking wall. And what happens? Teacher says, "Shut up." We said, "That was next door, it wasn't us, right?" So anyway, banging again. What was that? It wasn't us, it was next door. He didn't believe us, but he couldn't see my fucking hand banging. So what happens? He says he has to get off 5 minutes early because it's a nice day. And we're left with the other class next door. We're banging on the wall. And I says, "You think that's a fucking bang?" So what did I do? Take me school bag, heavy as fuck it was, full of books. And I swung it into myself. And I threw myself off the fucking wall. And what happens? I went through the fucking partition. My elbow came down on young Cy Redden's fucking head. Simon's sitting there holding his jaw, right? Fucking plasterboard all over him, his fucking neighbour, his head, his forehead in his class. And I ran. I went pale as a ghost, pale as my white shirt. And the lads lifted me out of the class and said, "Eddie, you're after going too far. Will they recognise you by your fucking elbow, your head bow?" I said, "I'm not sure." But what was I wearing? I was wearing the uniform. So I was like, that could have been any fucker in the whole school, you know, not just me. I was a mad I looked like I do now, but just younger and smaller. Same tash though. I had fierce rate of growth in school, fierce rate. So the teacher the next day says, "Who did that?" And I was at home. I was at home, playing sick. Because I was afraid. I was fucking afraid of the consequences of me breaking stuff. So anyway, came in and he says to me, "Eddie, where were you? Where were you the other day? We were investigating the wall. What happened? What happened? Did you do it? Were you showing your kung fu off to the classmates and you went too fucking far?" And I said, "I did not. I was in the middle of the class, reading the calculator, reading the paper. I know I shouldn't have been, but it wasn't me. Oh, I'm so sorry. What happened? I went mental." The principal says, "Do you want a drink of water?" I said, "I'd rather a pint of Beamish." He said, "You're 15. He said, "I'm preparing for what I'll be like in the future." And then I just collapsed in the seat. And he says to me, "You're white as a ghost, Eddie, but you didn't break the thing, I know. I know in your eyes you didn't do it. But if you did, I'd fucking scatter you." And I said, "If I did, I'd scatter myself. But listen, that's what happened. I got away with smashing that wall down, single-handedly. The Berlin Wall, the Bedouin wall, right? And was gone. And then the two classes got to hear the teachings of two teachers and were even more confused and should have all been the retarded maths class, not just the second most." So that was it. That was the story now of a fucking Sunday. I'll tell you now. I'm going to go off, poke a salmon in the side with a mackerel and then fucking cook the pair of them in a George Foreman and have myself a lunch. So, thank you. I'm knackered. Goodbye now. Gonna fucking smile the size of me tash.